Hello, my name is Aniya Brown and I am a junior honors pre-veterinary medicine major at the University of Delaware. Prior to this summer, I had never done research before, so this experience was a great opportunity for me to learn about another side of the animal health field and expand my horizons beyond a merely surgical outlook. For my Envision project, I worked in WORRILOW Hall lab under Dr. Yihong Lee, comparing and quantifying the amount of inflammation mast cells in stressed chickens versus healthy chickens. To start, in normal-fed chickens, the gut is intact and equipped to provide a barrier protecting against pathogens. Tight junctions hold the mucosa together, and the brush border further prevents the passage of invaders into the system. However, in stressed chickens, which can be brought on by delayed feeding, the barrier is damaged and the integrity of the tight junctions is compromised, resulting in seepage inside out and outside in, referred to as leaky gut. And so, pathogens can enter the system and then multiply, causing disease. When this happens, mast cells come into play. Mast cells are part of the immune system, and they function in such a way that when a pathogen enters the system, they degranulate and release chemical mediators such as histamine, which begins a signal transduction cascade that activates other immune cells and can result in inflammation until the problem is solved and the infection is cleared. Because delay-fed stressed chickens are more susceptible to illness, we hypothesized that they would exhibit more mast cells compared to normal-fed chickens. Thus, our experiment entailed embedding and preserving samples of chicken small intestine, sectioning those samples into micron-thin slices, preparing them on microscope slides, staining them in toluidine blue dye, imaging them at 20 times magnification on a light microscope, and using ImageJ software to quantify the amount of mast cells per unit area. After looking at the data from the ileum section of the small intestine, specifically focused on days 43 and 44 of the experiment from 16 birds overall, having taken 10 images per bird, totaling 160 images, and quantifying hundreds of mast cells from these images, so far, the results are as follows. On average, the delay-fed chickens exhibited a greater amount of mast cells than did the normal-fed chickens. Thus, this agrees with our hypothesis, which is very promising, but we are far from done. The next steps of the project include repeating this process, focusing on days 3 and 8 of the experiment for 16 more birds, 160 more images. So, when all is said and done, our data will comprise 320 images and about 1,000 quantified mast cells. We hope to use our findings to benefit poultry production as a whole by putting our newfound understanding of mast cells to good use. Finding the link between mast cells and illness brings us one step closer to curative and preventative measures to keep our chickens happy and healthy.